Welcome back to another episode of Bulldog Blitz. I am Burt Pickard, Interim Dean of Athletics at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, and I am here at Pearl River Community College with Coach Chad Huff after a 7-0 victory shutout. And Coach, I just want to kind of go through the game and what your thoughts were. I know offense kind of had a slow start and then slow finish, and really was a defensive battle. Tell us a little bit about how the game flowed and what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I tell you, tremendous job. Hats off to the defense. The biggest thing is we won the football game. You know, we found a way to win the game. Was it the perfect, or how you thought it was going to play out? And it never is. You know what I'm saying? It never is how you think it's going to play out. Those guys did a tremendous job on defense side of the football over there. You know, we were trying to find some things that we could do offensively. But what I was proud of more than anything is we took care of the football. We had zero turnovers, and what a valiant effort by our defensive guys. I mean, they living and dying on the field. Field position killed us. I know offensively, the first drive of the game we started with the ball on 10. Then the next drive was inside the 15. We never started with really, good field position all day long. And that makes it tough. You've got to try to find some ways to get some first downs. We struggled on our first down and 10 plays today, making it second and 10. And anytime you're doing that, it's tough. You're going to make it tougher to get a first down. But I was pleased with both. Effort was great. Tremendous job defense, man. Hats off. And we found a way to win the ball game.
We'll be back with more Bulldog Blitz after this.
It's all about team. It's all about team. They don't want to play them. They don't want to play them. All of them out. All of them out. All of them out. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yo.
I think the transition to college here is real smooth because the teachers are just there for you. They're there to help you. If you don't know where something is, you can stop and ask anybody and they'll tell you. And athletics really brings this school together. You see the football players at the softball games and the softball players at our games, and that kind of makes all the other students start coming together. When I walked on here in the summer 2012, I actually only knew one person, and that was he came with me. And then he left the next year. But at this campus, if you get out and you get around and you go to the games and the intramural sports and different stuff like that, you connect with a lot of people. And even though some of those people have left and moved on, I still keep in touch with them. And it's one of those things that when you get out of school or when you go to all these other colleges and you're going to games and stuff, you always know somebody from Gulf Coast is there.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, hey, count on one another, man. Trust in one another. You got me?
Burt Pickard back here at Bulldog Blitz with Coach Huff. Coach Huff, want to talk a little bit about the first quarter of the game and kind of where we started. What were some pivotal plays for us? If you could kind of walk through a few things for us.
Yeah, I tell you, start off the game, I thought, we came out, kicked off. They kind of got a few first downs there on us early, but defense held up and they punted to us. And, we started the ball, down there, like I said, on the 10, our first drive of the game. And, we were able to execute some first downs there coming out of the gates. I thought we did a tremendous job of moving the football. We got it up here to midfield, and, they held us on a third down. But what we did do is we changed field position. We punted it down there, did a tremendous job, backed them up all the way on their 1 yard line, and that's where we turned over the football, and they turned it over. We got the ball back defensively, got the ball back for us, and we're able to score some points there. And so that was huge, taking the ball from the 10, changing field positions, the punt, pinned them deep. They fumble, we pick it up and score right there offensively. So that was a pivotal key moment to me in the whole game, was just that one change of field position there that got the 7 points, only 7 points of the game.
Yeah, we were able to block a field goal as well. Tell us about your special teams and how they've been functioning and been able to pull some things together for us.
I tell you what, defensively again, we blocked that field goal, took some, kept them from scoring on a field goal there, and special teams have been big for us all year. I thought again that's a third of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, and I swear to goodness, I think for 7 weeks now, I think we've won that game. And that part of the game, special teams. I mean, we did a good job on our kicks, our punts. We protected, got the ball off, and we got to clean some things up. We weren't perfect, and never will be. But I thought we won and did a better job in the kicking game, more so than they did.
Yeah, and there were a few big plays they were able to execute on, and I know, defensively overall, we stopped the running game for the most part, but a few long pass plays we had. Tell us about that and how we were able to adjust and stop those from happening consistently.
Yeah, I tell you, we let them get behind us there a couple of times, but I thought what we did a tremendous job of is playing the next play. Play the next play. It's what it's all about, man. You can't, you play one play, good, bad, ugly, whatever, you got to put it behind you and play the next play. And I thought we did a really good job of that today for sure, even though we might have given up a play here or there, but defense came back and played the next play and were able to come on to stop. So
good. I want to talk a little bit about late in the fourth quarter, just under 3 minutes to play, fourth down and short. We're striving toward their end zone, and I think we're close to the 20-yard line. We decided to go for it on fourth and short. Tell us about that decision and how you felt like that was our best way of really pulling out the win.
Yeah,
and shutting it down.
I tell you, I had all the confidence. Defense, had confidence in the defense. I knew if we get that first down, the game was over. Number one, and if we didn't get it, I had all the confidence in the defense to stop them. Balls on the 15, 20, they got to go 80 yards, 85 yards. And, a lot of things can happen with the other decision. Who knows what could have happened then. But, had all the confidence in our defense. Had confidence in our offense to get it. I thought we had a chance there. I think he lost his foot there and slipped there on the power. But, that's just a decision I felt comfortable was best for give our team a chance to win the football game. And it worked out for us. They had to go 80 yards in less than 2 minutes, no timeouts. I thought it was going to be tough for them.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Again, defense was tremendous today. Shut them out. Great confidence in the defense Coach had. And tried to put the game away early. Didn't quite work out, but things have really fallen into place for this team. 2 shutouts in a row. I'm here with Coach Steve Davis, defensive coordinator. We think it's very fitting to have Coach Davis here with us after this game. I've had 2 shutouts in a row here at Pearl River. Shut them out 7-0, and truly was a defensive battle. Coach, tell us a little bit about how you prepped the team, what your attitude was and mindset was coming into this game.
Well, they had some things they did and didn't do very well, and our kids studied them all week. We thought a pretty good game plan for what they did, and they got in multiple formations, and our kids reacted extremely well. And preparing for the quarterback's a great athlete, and he made people miss, and he didn't make us miss a few times tonight. But we got our game plan. The kids learned the game plan, and they had it in their mind that they weren't going to lose this ball game.
That's great. That's great, Coach, and I appreciate those words. We've battled through some adversity. We know that Tony wasn't able to join us this week. Tony Bridges, number 3, defensive back, and we have really picked up the pace with our team and our defense, and 2 shutouts in a row. When's the last time we've done that here at Gulf Coast? Do you know?
I really don't know, but I really don't care. All I'm worried about is today. Now I'm worried about next week, so it's good. The thing we told them last Sunday was the best thing that we're doing right now is becoming a team. And this was a team win today. We kickers did well. Our offense kept around a bunch of time off the clock on that last drive and gave us a little rest. And then, like I said, our guys come to play.
Absolutely. And, Coach, we appreciate your time. You guys truly had a valiant effort today. We'll be back with more Bulldog Blitz after this.
Coach Davis! Coach Davis! Coach Moore! Coach Moore! Y'all come here, Coach Broussard. Where you at?
Hey, man, one time for the defense. Hey!
Hey, guys, we talked about it. We talk about it all the time. We got your back, you got our back. We all this thing together, right? Guys, defensively, 11 and 9 on the field all night, all day. Hey, you wasn't quit. You would not quit. Hey, we said it was not going to be easy. Offensively, we will do some things here and there. We were our worst known enemy today. But hey, defensively, great job. Proud of this team. Team win. Team effort, guys, you're 7-0. And that's what
we do the hey, hey, we do the hey, hey, we do the hey, hey, go Coach the squad, go Coach the squad, go Coach the squad, go Coach the squad. Bow, 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 bow. Great job.
I started at Gulf Coast. I started with Gulf Coast.
I started with Gulf Coast. And finished with confidence.
This season, Bulldog Blitz is sponsored by The Shed in Gulfport, Raisin Canes, Whistle Stop Cafe, Jack's Home Improvement, and Walt Massey Chevrolet Buick GMC in Loosedale. Now, back to more Bulldog Blitz.
Bert Pickard here with Bulldog Blitz at Pearl River Community College. Just had a 7-0 victory over Pearl River Community College, and I'm here with Brandon Hill, sophomore, offensive lineman from Memphis, Tennessee. Brandon, tell me a little bit about the game and how you guys progressed through it and kind of how you're feeling right now after a win.
First thing and foremost, man, shout out to the defense. You know what I'm saying? Shut out back to back. You know, they held them. Offense, we had adversity. You know, we just kept pushing. And when we 3 and out, defense came in. They got a 3 and out, got us the ball back, and we just kept trying, you know what I'm saying, push forward. So shout out to the defense.
It was a definite battle. You guys have pushed hard. I know it was tough to move the ball today. I think we had 77 total yards of offense in the first half. And you guys really pushed through some adversity. And, you know, tell us a little bit about the year. You guys have faced some adversity, and tell us some of the things you faced and how you've been able to overcome those.
We faced a lot of injuries, first of all. And I think that, like, as a team, when we get adversity, we go in the locker room halftime or even on the sideline, everybody pick each other up. You know what I'm saying? We always say, count on me on the breakdown. If the defense messed up, offense pick up. Offense messed up, defense pick up. And that's what we always say to each other.
Tell me about the halftime pep talk Coach Huff may have given you. You may not be able to share everything, but give us a little bit about how he picks you guys up and keeps you ready for the second half.
He came in with the energy. He just told us, we got this. Stay focused. Stay locked in. Don't give up. You know what I'm saying? We've been here before. The East Central game, you know, it was the same thing. We've been here before. Just keep going in. And we came out to do what we had to do.
Here with Roderick Sims, freshman linebacker from Oak Grove, Mississippi. Roderick, tell us about this game. 7-0. We had 2 consecutive shutouts. Tell us about how that feels.
It feels real great. I mean, as we come on the field, Coach was telling us that he wanted us to give our best effort and play the last play like it's our last. And as we did, we came out and was able to put a few drives together, but offense kind of slipped up a little, but the defense was there to pick them up. So.
Good. Yeah, it truly was a defensive battle, and I think you guys have really battled through some adversity. We know that Tony Bridges wasn't able to play today, but that's okay. You guys have stepped up, and it was a defensive battle back and forth. Tell us about how you prepared for this game. Knowing Tony wasn't going to be there, you guys have really pulled together as a unit, and those 2 shutouts are just truly amazing. You guys have done a great job all season. Tell us about how Coach has been able to prepare you this week for this game.
Well, one way he prepared us is when we came out during the Sunday practice, he told us, you know, you practice how you play, and that if we gave all we got through the week of practice, we would come to accomplish our goal.
Yeah, and we did. It was a great game over here, a little rivalry with Pearl River. Things were wonderfully competitive, and you guys are doing a great job. So I want to shoot it back to you. We'll be back with some more Bulldog Blitz here in a minute.
I started with Gulf Coast Community College.
I started with Gulf Coast.
started with Gulf Coast. And I'm finishing with confidence.
We're about halfway through our fall. We're into our 4th week of our 6 weeks in the fall, and I think we've made some progress. Guys come out. For the most part, they've worked hard every day. Of course, it's an adjustment to them. It's an adjustment for me, being a new coach, being in a new program. But for the most part, they've adjusted pretty well to it. More demands than probably what they're used to. A little bit different environment, I think, but I think it's been good for me. It's been good for them. So the adjustment and all has been pretty easy, pretty smooth for the both of us, I think. I hope they want the structured environment that we have here, the disciplined environment. I think it's been a little bit of adjustment as far as practice structure and all, maybe a little different than what they're used to in high school or another program or whatever. But our guys, they're working hard. They're adjusting to it. It's taken them a little while, a couple days, a couple weeks, whatever. To get in the flow of it and just get the use to how our coaching staff wants to practice, the tempo, terminology and all. But I think they're getting it pretty well right now. We have 4 dates this fall. We've played 1 date so far down in southeastern Louisiana. Played 2 games down there. It was okay. Now the outcome wasn't exactly what we wanted, but that's what the fall's for. It's a learning curve for both of us, for me, for them. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of an eye-opener, especially for those freshmen. Just the speed of the game. The speed of the game is different, in practice and the inter squads than it is when you play a different opponent. So I think that was a good learning curve for all of us. And hopefully, our next 3 dates, we're supposed to play this Friday down at Pensacola if the rain holds off. And hopefully from this point on, every time out will be a little bit better. We've broken the ice pretty well, I think. Both me as a head coach, being a first-time head coach, having to structure everything, get everything organized the way we want it. But I've gotten adjusted to it. I think our coaches have gotten adjusted to my style of coaching, and I think they're on board with it, and I think everything's flowing pretty well right now. One thing as a team we have to do is we have to develop our pitchers. Baseball is a game about pitching. If you don't have quality pitchers and you don't have a deep pitching staff, then you're not going to go very far. So hopefully between now, the end of our fall, our off-season workouts, leading into the spring, hopefully we can work with our pitchers enough and develop them enough to where we can become a deeper pitching staff. So that's where it is. If you don't have a deep pitching staff, you're not going to be very good. I feel pretty good about our position players offensively, the ability to hit. But we have to keep working and work hard every day to kind of develop our pitching staff.
And one of the things we've seen and noticed over the course of the season is the adaptability after the first half of our team, and really been able to change up our game plan a little bit and adapt to our offenses. And we've typically been scoring more points in the second half, and this week is kind of a different subject. We didn't really pull that together, but you guys really pulled together as a team, and we had several folks that were not several, but I know we had one key player who was not able to make it this week on defense. But you guys have really done a great job of pulling together a game plan. And what are your thoughts for the rest of the season, kind of where we're headed as a team?
Yeah, the thing about it is we talked to the kids all week and today specifically last night. It was about trusting each other, having trust, believing in one another, counting on each other. That's our deal, count on me. And, we've got your back, you've got our back type mentality. And, that exemplified that today. I tell you, offensively we were struggling. Defense, go back out there and make a play, get the ball back to us. And you go create a turnover, but, I thought we did a good job of trying to change field position. But, right now we're exactly where, we wanted to be this time. 7-0 right now. Where we're headed right now is we're going to go back and we're going to try to get better and find the things that we got to correct, mistakes we made offensively and even defensively. I'm sure Coach Davis and those guys are going to find mistakes they made. It's never perfect, so we're just going to get back next week and have a good week of work and get better and try to be a better football team a week from today when we got to line up and play Colin. And that's all you can ask your kids to do, and that's all I can ask my coaches to do. So just to try to keep getting better.
We know you'll be preparing all week. Tell us a little bit about where you're headed this week and what your focus is going to be on throughout the week preparing for Colin.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, our focus is going to be right where it always is. It's going to be to get back and take a look at this video and this game from the day. Let's correct the mistakes and let's not be satisfied with where we're at right now. We got a good Colin football, really good football team coming in from Colin for homecoming next week. It's going to be a biggest game of the year. It's our next football game, and we just got to focus on Colin only and try to see how good we can get and see how much better we can improve and get back and get healthy and see what we can do next week.
And not to mention, it is homecoming next week. A lot of distractions potentially for a football team preparing for homecoming. A lot of activities going on for our former players, athletes, students coming back to town to watch this football team. Are there any added pressures for our team that you can kind of help them work through?
Yeah, well, I tell you, it's always a big event, homecoming, with, like you said, with family members and alumni coming back to the game, and, it's a big event, and it's great for the school and for our school next week to host homecoming here, and I'm looking forward to it, but, we just got to focus, how important is it to you, is what you got to ask yourself in this team is, if it's important to you, then you're going to be willing to sacrifice, and you may not be able to enjoy it like everybody else can enjoy homecoming. We've got a ball game to play, so we've got to stay focused. Got to stay ahead of the game, and make sure that we do a good job of concentrating and doing and having our focus where it needs to be, and that's to play a football game, and we'll have a chance to enjoy homecoming afterwards. So
yeah, we certainly enjoy watching the Bulldogs play, and certainly this year we're now 7-0. And very happy to see where we're headed, and appreciate everything that Coach Huff is doing with the team and all of his staff, and the players' attitudes have truly been great. Not many issues off the field either, and things are just looking in a positive direction for our Bulldogs. So Coach Huff, we thank you and wish you good luck next week at homecoming.
It's been a really rewarding experience because, it's not just the students that you form the connection with, it's also the faculty. These foundation classes were exactly what I needed.
It's a great school. Their instructors are great. You have more one-on-one time with them, and the classes are small.
The teachers here have been absolutely great. They will go the extra mile to help you out, and I'm really appreciative. I couldn't ask for better teachers here.
Once again, a big win for our Bulldogs. I'm Bert Pickard, and we'll see you again next week on another episode of Bulldog Blitz.
So it was pretty tough because, you had a lot of stuff coming at you at once. So you had to keep your faith and just keep on pushing every day and just hopefully get better and better and you get healed up quicker. It just helped me just to know how mature the game was. So it has me watching. I really got better by me watching. Like the first day we got there, it was like the chemistry, just like that. It just clicked on. As soon as we got there, we was just throwing routes, stayed up all night, throwing the football, talking to each other, and we just made that bond with each other. So it's like we like brothers. It's a lot of people that's got our names checked on the list. They want us. So we got to do whatever we got to do to make them know that, hey, when we coming hard, we going to play hard, and we going to get that win. It's hard for a defense to stop more than one fast person. So then you got to worry about, hey, you got to worry about that person. Then you got to try to key in on certain people, and you really can't key on the whole offense.
I think the transition to college here is real smooth because the teachers are just there for you. They're there to help you. If you don't know where something is, you can stop and ask anybody and they'll tell you. And athletics really brings this school together. You see the football players at the softball games and the softball players at our games, and that kind of makes all the other students start coming together. When I walked on here in the summer 2012, I actually only knew one person, and that was he came with me. And then he left the next year. But at this campus, if you get out and you get around and you go to the games and the intramural sports and different stuff like that, you connect with a lot of people. And even though some of those people have left and moved on, I still keep in touch with them. And it's one of those things that when you get out of school and when you go to all these other colleges and you're going to games and stuff, you always know somebody from Gulf Coast is there.
Hey, deny that! Deny that! Let's do that here. Come on. Let's tap it. Understand that. Stay in your lane, man. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Left, deep left. All right, hit the ball for one time. One time. Hit the ball. Look. You got to look that guy up. You got to look him up. On Wham. I understand Wham. We're going to talk about that one. We're going to talk about the long game right there.
All right, guys, listen to me. We're going Bob 0. Justin, you got to be tight enough to get that back. Under control, linebackers, don't let that quarterback twist out on you.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised they run the football here, guys. All right, get ready to play.